Dairy. Mike went to New Zealand and ran a dairy near Auckland 2 years ago. Damp. The clothes are still damp as it had been raining for some days. Dandelion. The children are happily taking turns blowing the dandelion clock for fun. Dawn. The event marked the dawn of a new era. Dead. It's unwise to run a company when the market is dead. Deadline. Generally speaking, the reporter's deadline was 8 p.m. for the morning edition. Deadly. Fog is the sailor's deadly enemy. Deal. A Sunday newspaper report said that 12 U.S. soldiers were released after a deal between the Army and the guerrillas. Dear. The soldier holds honor dear. Debt. Many people believe that it's much easier to get into debt than to get out of debt. Decade. The song has been popular for decades. Deceive. It's not honorable for a trader to deceive buyers. Decent. Our new teacher is pretty decent to us. Decide. He decided to quit smoking. Decision. A political leader should be a man of decision. Decisive. This year is a decisive moment in his career. Declare. The judge declared Anne the winner. Decline. The family declined our offer of help. Decrease. Young people's interest in reading is decreasing. Dedicated. Edison dedicated his life to science. Deepen. The night deepened as Anne was finishing her first manuscript. Deer. A herd of deer ran into the deep forest on hearing the gunshot. Defend. If you have no money to retain a lawyer, we will retain one to defend your case. Deficit. The country proposed a policy to deal with the foreign trade deficit. Definitely. He has definitely gone to America. Degree. He was right to some degree. Delay. The star was late for the press conference as her plane was delayed by fog. Deliberately. Carl deliberately spoke rudely to his wife when he planned to get a divorce. Delicious. Mom's beef stew is simply delicious. Delight. She delights in reading and writing. Delinquent. He was arrested for delinquent behavior. Demand. She demanded money from her family even though she had a job already. Demanding. As a teacher, I know that teaching is a demanding profession. Democracy. Those who believed in democracy led a revolution in China in the last century. Deny. She denied having seen him at the cinema. Departure. His point of departure is good, but his proposal is not practical. Depend. Happiness doesn't depend on how much money you have. Deposit. She deposits part of her salary in the bank each month. Describe. He was described as a talent when he was still a child. Description. The West Lake in Hangzhou is beautiful beyond description. Desert. He deserted his family and went abroad alone. Deserve. I think you deserve a rest after studying all morning. Designate. Churches are designated on our map by crosses. Desire. What the prisoners desire most is freedom. Despite. Despite what others said, she stuck to her principle. Destination. We reached our destination in 2 hours. Destroy. An atom bomb would destroy a city. Detach. Judy detached the price tag from her new silk skirt before wearing it. Detail. She refused to go into detail about her romance. Determination. Her determination to succeed contributed to her great achievement. Determine. He has determined on writing a novel. Develop. She will develop into a director if she continues her good work. Development. The development of the city has been rapid. Device. They invented a device that can open any locks. Devote. Beethoven devoted himself entirely to music. Diameter. The diameter of the circle is about 7 inches. Diary. She insists on keeping her diary in English and Chinese. Dictator. Hitler was a notorious dictator. Die. Her enthusiasm for music would never die. Difference. The differences between the two friends cannot be resolved easily. Difficulty. They found great difficulty to finish the job on time. Dig. They have been digging in search of their roots for 30 years. Digit. Telephone numbers have 8 digits in our city. Dignify. It is the custom for some people to dignify cowardice by calling it prudence. Diligent. He is more diligent at his work than his colleagues. Dim. The light is too dim in this room for reading. Dinosaur. Dinosaurs lived about 200 million years ago. Dip. She dipped her finger into the milk to see if it was too hot. Diplomacy. The dispute between our two nations should be resolved by diplomacy. Direction. She has a poor sense of direction and often loses her way. Directly. He was hit by a car coming directly towards him. Disagree. He left the city because the climate disagreed with him. Disappear. My keys have disappeared from my wallet. Disaster. The typhoon brought disaster to the coastal cities. Discard. It is difficult to persuade Judy's parents to discard old beliefs. Discourage. She is not the sort who can be easily discouraged by failures. Discover. People began to argue it was not Columbus who discovered America. Discreet. Be more discreet because it was not discreet of you to say that. Discriminate. It is against the law to discriminate against women. Disorder. Peter's room is in complete disorder. Display. He dislikes those who love to display their talents. Distance. We can see a woman in red dress in the distance. Distant. At times he appears distant to his parents. Distinctive. What's distinctive about Chinese food? Distribute. The books in the library were distributed according to subjects. Divide. She divided the birthday cake into 4 equal shares. Division. The divisions between the various classes of society are not so sharply marked. Dolphin. My nephew thinks the dolphin is a lovely animal. Domestic. Dogs are domestic animals. Dominant. Peace and development were the dominant theme of the conference. Donate. Nowadays, more and more people go to donate blood. Dormant. Bears lie dormant during the winter. Doubt. I doubt the truth of this document. Draft. Please draft a preliminary version of our plan. Drag. Nancy dragged us to our college concert last night. Drain. Your kitchen drain needs repairing. Dreadful. There was a dreadful earthquake in Tangshan, China in 1976. Drill. Our teacher asked us to finish our English grammar and listening drills in the class. Drizzle. It was only drizzling that morning when I met Mary at our college gate. Drought. Central Africa is suffering one of the worst droughts of the century. Duck. Because he ducked, the ball did not hit him. Due. Her baby is due next month. Duel. This young officer challenged his rival in love to a duel. Dull. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Duplicate. We need to give this new colleague a duplicate key of our office. Durable. I bought my dad that new raincoat made of very durable material. Duration. For the duration of the war, my grandparents and my ma had to stay in a small remote village. Dust. Please dust the furniture. Duty. It is a man's duty to earn money for his family. Dwarf. Has your mummy told you the story of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs? Dwelling. Welcome to my humble dwelling.